What is up in affiliate semifinal athletes? So we just got the workouts released. We are going to be breaking those down today and trying to give you guys a little bit of a game plan heading into each workout. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to get some good scores or best scores on these on that first attempt. That's why we give you guys these breakdowns. We got a lot of transition workouts this time around, to be honest. So transitions are going to be pretty key in this work or in this format or this kind of these workouts that they released. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit. We're going to be breaking down some strategies for you guys on what we think might be kind of a good base to start and then refinement from there. Everybody is always different on these, so we kind of put these out there as an idea generator, and then we hope that you're kind of coming back and either talking to your coach or talking to us. We're happy to field questions for you guys to really just try and figure out the best way for you guys to tackle these workouts to get your best score on your first attempts, because these windows can be kind of tight. So getting into this, the order that we recommend going in, if you have not looked at the workouts, we'll break them down each one beforehand, but order that we recommend going in is workout 3, workout 4, workout 1, workout 5, workout 2. So this will put you doing Isabel first. Then we have the every 2 minutes after that. Then we have the 3-3-3 with ascending reps on the ring muscle ups and the back squats. Then we have workout 5, which is the 30-minute one. And then we have workout 2, which is the 20 down to 2 by 2 lunge and GHD sit-up. So we'll start off breaking these down in order for you guys. We're not going to do workout 3 heavy Isabel though in this breakdown because that one has been done multiple times again across several semifinals now, so you guys can go find videos on those and get a pretty good idea of what you will need to do on this or on that one. So we're just going to avoid breaking that one down for time's sake on this one. But starting out, workout 1, 15-minute MRAP, 3 ring muscle-ups, 3 back squat, 30-foot handstand walk in 15-foot sections. With every completed round, you're going to add 3 ring muscle-ups and 3 back squats onto the next round. So this one is going to be basically a lot of ring muscle-ups and a lot of back squats. That weight is 185 and then 275. The handstand walk is a very short distance on this one, but we're looking at accumulating a pretty good chunk of back squats and ring muscle ups on this workout just based off of the time frame here. So I think the big thing on this one is you can use a rack for the bar, and this is where we're kind of talking about those transitions coming into play. We're going to want to keep our speed of contraction reps pretty high on our back squats. So using that rack to our advantage is going to be helpful for us. It'll also keep us time under tension off of our body. It'll also help to kind of alleviate some of that grip fatigue from holding onto the bar for too long on the bigger rounds or the latter rounds of these sets. But with that, we want to make sure that we're utilizing a quick transition on these things, which means take the bar off, take a micro or one step back, and then you're right into your back squats. If you are re-racking the bar a lot and coming off of like 3 steps back and then starting your back squats and re-racking it and then taking steps back, you're going to eat up a lot of time. So the rack can be an advantage for you, but it can also be a major disadvantage if you're not squatting quickly. So unrack it, micro step back. You're going to be very close to the rig. That's fine. Should be a light weight for you guys. You should be managing this weight or have managed this weight. But that micro step back and go right into those squats. What we're looking to do on this is hold sustainable sets. The back squat will always be movable, so we really have to focus on creating sustainable sets for our ring muscle ups and not burning out too quickly on those, especially because there is going to be a lot. While the back squat is considered legs, there's going to be a lot of time under tension holding that bar there. So there is going to be quite a bit of shoulder fatigue going into this workout. So we really just, that bottleneck, or those ring muscle ups are really going to be kind of the bottleneck in this workout. So making sure that we have sustainable sets on those. Threes, 2 sets till maybe the set of 12, maybe even doing 2 sets on the set of 12 is fine for you guys, and then maybe breaking up into 5s on the set of 15. But just working to hold sustainable sets on this one is the goal. The back squats, again, speed of contraction is the big thing on this one. So if you need to, rack it in the rack and then step back out, or rack it in the rack, quick break, unrack it, step back out, high speed of contraction. We really don't want to grind for over, 3 reps on this. So if you're starting to grind and you're at 12 of, let's say you're in the round of 15 and you're at 12, yeah, grind it out, don't need to re-rack it. But let's say you're starting to grind at like 6 of 15, you're probably going to want to re-rack it and then start to hit faster reps after that re-rack, save some time under tension. The 30-foot handstand walk is really just, we want to be consistent. We don't need to rush on this because we're going right back into our ring muscle ups and handstand walk, and this really doesn't increase any, or it really doesn't help. It doesn't increase, so it doesn't help to decrease any of the compounding fatigue you're going to get from the ring muscle ups and the back squats. So this is just be consistent on it, walk down, turn around, little shake maybe, kick back up, walk it out again. So 15 feet isn't that much. It's going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be maybe 20 seconds for, not even, it's going to be less than that. It's going to be like 15 seconds maybe for top athletes. So it's really not that much of a break that's going to be happening in this one. So again, that bottleneck is the ring muscle ups. Break them up into manageable sets, and then make sure that back squat bar is just continuously moving. Try not to grind for any more than 3 reps on these though. So, all right, getting into workout 2, 20 to 2 walking lunge, dumbbell overhead, 50, 70. So a little bit of some heavier dumbbells, and then GHD sit-ups. Kind of some big takeaways on this are the setup. So you can't go more than 10 steps in one direction. So at 10 steps, you have to turn back around. So you're probably looking at breaking this up into, or at least thinking of it as sets or halfway sets, if that makes sense. So on the round of 18, you're going 9 steps down, 9 steps back. The other thing to keep in mind is this is for reps, not distance. So we don't need to over-exaggerate our lunge on this. This actually favors a little bit of a shorter limbed athlete because their speed of contraction on these should be a little bit faster due to just range of motion. So the distance isn't as big of a deal on this one. We're looking for fast reps, and so finding what distance away keeps your reps quick is going to be the goal on this one. The hands will get that little bit of a reprieve, or the shoulders will get a little bit of a reprieve on those GHDs. So kind of use that to your advantage as well. We're going to have a lot of transitions on this one. So how this is set up is the dumbbells have to be 5 feet away from the GHD. I would put the dumbbells, or start with the dumbbells right next to the GHD, and then I would lunge along the line down and then along the line back. So you're pretty much ending up at the GHD or right next to the GHD on each one. So this is where those transitions come into play, and making sure that you guys are quickly getting to the GHD and quickly getting back to those dumbbells. Make sure you read the rules on this, because those dumbbells can't be squished together. They can be held bent overhead, but they can't be squished together. So make sure you guys are hitting a lot of mobility before this one to open up those shoulders, open up that thoracic spine, and really kind of make sure that you're able to breathe with those things overhead. The other thing that we want to think about in this one is the 110 total reps So that is 110 GHDs and 110 lunges. So when we get down to the 16 mark, or when we finish the 16 mark, that is when we are going to be basically halfway through the workout. So those first 3 rounds are half of the work that you're doing in this workout. So I think that's an important thing to keep in mind, especially as the transitions are going to increase on the back half of the workout. So smooth and steady through the 20, 18, 16. And then when you get to the 14, that's when we're going to want to start picking up the pace, as that workout is going to get easier. I don't think that you're going to have to necessarily go unbroken, and it might actually be smart to break it up a little bit on the 20 and the 18. 9, set it down, rest, then get into it. A lot of it's just going to depend on how good your shoulder overhead mobility is and how well you're able to hold those dumbbells overhead in regards to the fatigue that is going to accumulate there. Again, we'll get a little bit of reprieve on that GHD, but for the most part, you're going to be basically holding dumbbells over your head for the duration of this workout. So a lot of it's just going to come down to shoulder stability and shoulder muscular endurance and positional capacity inside of that work. So really make sure that those shoulders are open and mobile, and there's a good blood flow going into them before you start this workout. So that one is just kind of you're going to have to push the pace on this one to get a good score on it, and really make sure that your transitions are crisp and smooth, especially getting into that GHD. Have your foot pattern down and how you get into it every time. If you guys have seen NASCAR, the pit crew comes out and they do the exact same thing every single time. On this workout, that's exactly what you should be doing, the same exact thing every single time for every rep, or for every transition. How you get in the GHD, how you get out of the GHD, how you pick up the dumbbells, everything for that should be the exact same back and forth, as there's a ton of transitions in this workout. So, all right, we're not talking about workout 3 because it's heavy Isabel. Workout 4, we have every 2 minutes for 5 sets. This is by far the most challenging workout that they put out for this competition. Honestly, possibly the most challenging they've ever put out. So every 2 minutes for 5 sets, 10 shuttle runs, 10 clean and jerks, max lateral burpees in remaining time. If you don't get at least 1 burpee in the round, you are capped and you do not move on to the next round. Score submission is only burpees. Just making note of that because that'll be a logistical nightmare on the leaderboard, and they're going to need to make sure that as many people as possible hear that. So if you're listening to this, only add in your burpees. It says that in the notes there. So this is going to be a very challenging workout. I know I said that already, but there's going to be a lot of people that get 1-2 rounds maybe. So we just had somebody test this. They went 60 seconds on the shuttle run, and they did all singles and finished at 1:40, and they were huffing and puffing. So they didn't do any burpees. They just tested that. This is an individual who was in the first 2 workout. He finished 33rd in the world, or he finished top 50 in the dumbbell hang clean and jerk lateral burpees over the dumbbell workout. So pretty fit dude, especially for a capacity-based workout like this. So this is going to be a tough one to really just grind on. But with that being said, we really want to try and just hold consistent rounds. Hold back a little bit on that first round. Don't gun it. Unless you're anticipating getting 1 round, maybe 2, then you're going to have to gun it. But if you're anticipating getting all 5 rounds, you're going to have to start out at a consistent pace. Probably recommend going like 140 rounds like he did, and try and just get like 6 to 8 reps, maybe a round. 8 reps would be about 2.25 seconds of burpee, I believe. Let's see, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it's about 2.25 seconds of burpee. So you're moving on your burpees, and then you're just trying to recover as best as you can on the next round, and then you'll probably have some fall off after that. So shuttle runs, I think you're going to have to finish these within 55 to 60 seconds. I think if you creep up into that 105, 110 range, you're just not going to be able to do what you need to do to get the work done. Clean and jerks, I think this is where you're going to have a lot of variation. So I think something like 4-3-3 on touch and go would be fine. Just depends on how much it's going to blow you up. I think singles is fine. But so we had him do all singles and he finished 60 seconds, then 40 seconds. I think if you possibly slow it down to that 1 minute to 105 range and are able to go something like 4-3-3 or even somehow sneak out all 10 unbroken, you're probably looking at around 20 seconds for those clean and jerks versus taking 40 seconds to do those clean and jerks. So it cuts a little bit of time off. You can be a little bit more efficient and chase that bar down pretty quick. I mean, he was pretty quick on his, but he could have sped that up a little bit. It's really more so just about what sustainable pace you can hold. So honestly, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, or today or tomorrow, test out one of these rounds or one of these intervals and see how it feels. And this should give you a little bit better idea of pacing. I might even do something like test one out, rest 5 minutes, test another one out with a different strategy, see which one works pretty well for you. But we're putting this one early in the weekend because it's an easier one to retest with a different strategy, possibly do better on. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea. Obviously, we'll be fielding questions for these, so reach out if you need to. Workout 5, 30-minute AMRAP, 1K row, 30 toes to bar, 6 rope climbs. So if you look at this and you see 30 minutes and you're like, oh, here's an aerobic workout. Incorrect. This is a grip workout. Rowing into toes to bar is all grip, and then you're gripping on that rope for rope climbs. So make sure that you have a super, super, super efficient foot wrap so that you aren't death gripping that rope. Because if you do not have an efficient foot wrap and you're not just able to stand up without using your hands on those rope climbs, your grip's going to go that much faster. Even if you're slowing down that 1K, you're still holding on to the handles. Your grip is just it's going to blow up on this. A couple years ago, we had TFX workout that was 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, etc. And I believe it was a 30-minute workout. Maybe it was 24 or something like that, of calorie rows and toes to bar. We had one of our athletes go 3s on the toes to bar, and she put up a really good score on that workout relative to the elite field, who a lot of them started out with big sets. So this one is all about just consistent pace on those toes to bar, and don't try and crush it big sets on them, thinking, oh, it's only 30 reps. That'll catch up to you for sure. The row, consistent pace on that one. Basically, you're just going to want to get off and be able to do work on the toes to bar and the rope climb. So whatever that looks like for you. I know a lot of our athletes have tested a 30-minute row in the past. It's going to be slightly slower than that, probably closer to like a 10K pace on the rower. And then 3s and 5s on the toes to bar is an okay way to attack this workout, especially because we have the rope climbs coming up afterwards. And if you're fatigued going into those, your rest time is just going to increase exponentially, and you're just going to be looking around at the rope. So big thing on this is just grip management. And then it's okay to break the toes to bar up into small sets. Make sure you're taking short breaks, though. If you're breaking it up into small sets, like if you're doing 3s, hit your 3, turn around, drop, turn around, and go right back up for your next 3. So it's just like 1, 2, 3, drop, turn around, 1, 2, 3, drop, turn around, 1, 2, 3, drop, turn around, and just get like, I'm doing 10 sets. Or if you're doing 5s, it's the same thing. So really just focused on turning around quick on that one, and then short breaks on the rope climb as best as possible. But yeah, that's kind of our strategy on this stuff, guys, or at least gives you a starting point. Obviously, every athlete is a little bit different on how they're going to want to tackle things, or they're going to want to attack things. So, do what you need to do. Talk with your coach about it. The order, again, Isabel, just because we have high power output, we're trying to get as many reps as we can, as fast as we can on that snatch workout. We have workout 4 second because that one's a lot. It's another higher power output workout. Workout 1 next, because we want to test that one before we smash our grip with workout 5. Workout 5 after workout 1, because while it is 30 minutes, it can act a little bit as a flush. Our shoulders aren't going to be super beat up from it. It's more just the grip. And then the dumbbell walking lunge one last, since that's a little bit more about stacking the shoulders versus potentially holding on to dumbbells. I think there's a little bit of conflicting fatigue between 1 and 2, so that's why we're breaking it up with 5 a little bit there. So, but yeah, if you guys need any help, please reach out. We would love to be able to help you guys out through this in affiliate semifinal. If you guys need any pacing strategies or anything like that, love to be able to help. But looking forward to seeing how everyone does, and we will catch you guys in the off season, I guess.